Hey, what is going on, everybody? Bobby Fi here, and we're going to be talking about late swap, just something that again with the Sims and everything like that they really optimized here at SaberSim. So I would like to swap with swap, and I named it the wrong thing. So we've got a minute anyway. We're still waiting on a big piece of news. They just announced Cam Thomas, who, as everybody knows, I'm playing quite a bit of tonight. And why will it not let me change the name of the show? Okay, well, it is whatever it is. What does it even say it is? Late swap with swap, whatever. Anyway, I'm just going to talk through it real quick for people who haven't done it. Cam Thomas was the probable and then just got the Q tag. So we're a little nervous about this. I'm guessing more likely than not he doesn't play, but I want to see the projections update before I do anything. This video is really just in the purpose of helping everyone use it who hasn't used it before. I'm going to start with FanDuel and make sure it's entered the tournament that you're in. I'm not playing a whole bunch tonight, but thought it'd be a good chance to go through this. Let's see what we're doing. We're going to just build swaps. On DraftKings, they're going to make you do one thing. Although actually I've got the minimum maximum exposure set up. So I'm just going to take the Cam Thomas one out and take him down to 0 for right now. But we're going to redo this again once we find out who's actually playing and who's not. So again, it says late swap with swap. And I can't believe that's what the show ended up being named. All right. So anyway, I'm keeping an eye on it right now. I'm just scouring to see if we can find any news and what that would mean if he's out. So let's just pretend for a second Cam Thomas is out. We'll build the swaps in the meantime. Let me just see really quick, and I am going to pull up Brooklyn. So obviously Schroeder is the main beneficiary. I think Zaire Williams would get a boost. I think Ben Simmons gets a boost, and potentially one of Jalen Wilson or Noah Clowney. But really, it's a boost to everyone. High usage. It's going to have to go somewhere. So I like the idea of trying to basically be overweight everybody on Brooklyn. So while I can't presume that the Cam Thomas is for sure out yet, I'm going to up my exposure on Schroeder. I actually don't mind being overweight on this anyway. He's a little more expensive on – actually, yeah, just a little bit more expensive on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. Ben Simmons, I'm going to go up to 25, and I'm going to go to Zaire Williams. I'm going to end up playing who I wasn't planning on playing initially. And those will be the ones I'm going to let the Sims and whatever else do the rest. So yeah, they're already jumping up for these guys anyway. So, all right, let's run the Sim. And again, you guys can run as many as you want. You could keep creating another one. You can put them for different tournaments. Usually I'm playing more than one type of tournament, but tonight I'm just playing the lotteries because I've got some things to do in a little bit, including a company meeting. So anybody with ideas, feel free to hit me up in my DM. And we'll go through that. But I am curious what that's going to mean if we do in fact get him out, because we're going to need time to update, and the game starts in 15 minutes. So we don't have a lot of time with this. Let's just run this again and make sure that we are getting what we want. I don't want the Cam Thomas. I'm actually going. I don't know if I want to X him out just yet, because if I hear he's good to go, I'm going to end up playing a good amount of him. Yeah, see, the Sims like him a lot. That's the problem I'm running into right now. So really going to need that news before we can do anything. Let's run over to DraftKings real quick and just make sure we're at least getting some exposure to the other Brooklyn players. Again, it's going to be a big boost to these guys should he be out. So I got to go late swap. And we're going to late swap. And then we're going to build swaps. But I'm going to go back to Cam Thomas and go to 0. Again, they're going to give me some of him anyway because he looks like a good play. And then he obviously was one of my favorite plays before all this happened. But I want to see what it gives us and just sort of use it as a test. I'm also curious if anybody's going to project any better from the Memphis side with Smart being out. I don't think it's going to make a massive difference is my guess. But I think you'll get a little bit more. Oh, yeah, I guess LaRavia would get some ownership. So I'll just put like a little – make sure I at least get a little bit. I think Huff would get a little bit of a boost. It's just extra minutes to go around for the bench guys, and basically everybody. I'm not very high on everybody in general. I'm going to go back, and I actually do like Desmond Bane tonight, and I felt like that was one thing keeping me a little bit more off of him. So I'm going to make sure I have at least a little bit above the field on Desmond Bane for right now. All right. Wait, it says we have a Brooklyn lineup. I don't have the Brooklyn lineup in front of me. How can we have a Brooklyn lineup? It says it's got the green check mark for as if this game's got. Let's go to it. I don't see the starters as in, but why is it saying that? Okay. And I'm looking at the starting lineups and I don't have it over there. So I'm very, very confused. Just refresh. All right. Yeah, I like that Project Mayhem. I think that's a good play to get overweight on in general, and especially, while we have no job, we would have been playing him at like 8,500 at times in the past. I think I might even want to go a little bit higher. And that's an easy pivot. But again, we wanted more than just a pivot because it's going to boost up the Brooklyn guys, and we may not get that news as early as we'd like. Why in the world does it say it's got a starting lineup for Brooklyn when we don't have any of the starters officially starting? That makes no sense to me. I'm very, very confused why SaberSim says that we have it. We don't. I'm going to take a quick look on Twitter, see what I can find out over there. And it's hard to do these things. Again, this is part of the problem. I love the idea of doing late swap shows, but it's so hard in basketball because you have to keep your eye on everything. Let's just go there. Okay. Kim Thomas. Give me a second here. And feel free to drop in any questions. What? I don't. Come on. God, X has been so awful to use in so many different fronts, but it's been like worse with like searches and stuff. Like it's strange. Latest, let's see. I guess there's some Cam Thomas trade rumors going on right now. Yeah, we need to understand what the hell's going on here, and this is really irritating. And just another frustration of playing the NBA. It just is. It's gotten so hard to be able to even use these products. It's so frustrating. Yeah, it's not out, Project Mayhem. I don't know why SaberSim see this check mark. That means we have the starting lineup. We do not have the starting lineup here, so I do not know why it's there. It's just a mistake. There's been a few little glitches like that have shown up a little bit lately. But again, getting overweight the other Brooklyn guys, which I don't even mind anyway. So why wouldn't I do it, assuming that he's out? At the same time, I don't want to X him out of my builds because if he's in, I actually like him. But something's going on here. Something funny is happening right now. I'm looking at a show right now that's talking about that they're going to trade him. I don't know if I'm going to buy into something I'm just seeing on Twitter from a thing that has literally like no followers, but it's possible. All right. Any help on this would be a little bit nice so we can finish up these builds. But anyway, you see what we're supposed to do. I'm on the side of, and you can see why Merrill's closed because that game already locked and I ended up with 33%. I'm fine with it. I don't really love it, but it's one of those things. You just accept it. Yeah, they're still giving me a bunch of the Thomas. The Sims really like him today. It's just going to be weird because we are really not. This is like really bad reporting. I mean, why aren't they going to tell us 10 minutes before the game who's actually playing? That's just ridiculous. I don't care how questionable you are. You know what? Then sit out. They've got to make this more player friendly or people are going to stop playing NBA DFS. And it's really, really freaking irritating. It also benefits the people who are using projection systems like we are. But I feel bad for the average people just trying to play and just want to play their lineups and not have to worry about all this crap. It's so nonsense. It's just like, get it together, NBA. And by the way, the same thing, like baseball is different because you like really know who's playing way earlier. Like I don't want to wait till 20 minutes before a game. I'm talking to you, LA Angels. To find out who's actually playing in it. Like, it's so ridiculous. Get this stuff straightened out. These teams are being sponsored all over the place by DraftKings and FanDuel. Why in the world can't you figure this out? He's out officially, says Kadiri. Let's see if we have that officially. Kadiri, tell us, when we say it, though, we've got to say that it's your take. And okay, he is. Okay, thank you. 21 seconds ago, Kadiri, you're the man. You did it just in time. So we have no Cam Thomas. We need the projections to update. Let's do one thing first and make sure we don't end up with any of them. Let's X him out, refresh everything. Okay, and then let's go over to FanDuel, do the same. Okay, nice when your highest owned player is out. It just makes it's like weird. All right, apply. All right, let's see what Brooklyn's gonna do. And we don't have a Brooklyn starting lineup still. What is going on here? Why is our Twitter thing not popping this up? There it's out. Oh, it's about 40 seconds behind, I guess. But can we get a starting lineup? How about it, guys? The game starts in 10 minutes. Let's go. Yeah, I appreciate you guys letting me know about that. So I'm gonna guess that we're gonna see a better projection, but I don't know if we're gonna even have time to see what the projections say because let's take him out. Let's go there. Short air is going to be like a really difficult fade if you're going to try and make it. I'm just going to go. I'm going to go heavy on this one. Maybe not quite as heavy on. I think I'm going to end up with a lot more of them anyway, but I'm going to put a minimum of 40. I don't think I need to do much with it. I like the Zaire Williams play a little bit better. I like Ben Simmons a little bit better. The problem is none of these other guys are really like usage guys like Cam Thomas is. So I think you just bump up even bigger the guys who are the usage guys. And again, we'd like a starting lineup. I'd like to know if Ben Simmons is starting as well. That would be nice. And by the way, I'm aware that does seem sort of fishy that all of a sudden he popped back on right before the game. Maybe there is a trade out there in the works that they're trying to work out with them. But we obviously have to get no Ben Simmons. No Cam Thomas. So let's rebuild this. Rebuild swaps. Okay. Let's go over to DraftKings, and we are going to rebuild swaps. Okay. Still not going to be updated and accurate enough, but the main idea is probably going to be, look, I would normally say delay, but this game starts in 10 minutes and we want to know who else is starting in that game. And it's very, very frustrating to not have that information. So if you guys see who's the starting lineup, please let me know. I am keeping an eye on it for it. That's starting lineup. And the problem is if I don't get this done in time, I'm stuck because I've got him in the lineups right now. That's starting lineup. Really, you got nothing? This is so puke. All right. I just hate this. I think this is just such a bad product. Our product is awesome. I just think it's such a bad product for the NBA to treat things like this. Well, for one, let's make sure I get some lineups in without him. Just make sure he's out of the lineups. THO. Okay, good. We've got him out. All right, but they haven't updated anything on the Brooklyn side. It's probably going to take them minutes to do it. So we want to be high on this. I'll just go with 35 as a minimum. We'll put 5 just because the usage has got to go somewhere. I think everybody becomes like somewhat in play. It's just a lot of usage being gone, and he and no Claxton. It just feels like you want to be over like that. So let's apply that. Let's run the sim. Okay, and then let's make sure we have at least something saved in there so we don't have players who are not in the lineup like we do. You can see that little red light that's popping up over there. And again, let me know if there is a starting lineup that does come out. We are going to go 33, 10, 20, 10, 30. And now let's go 35 Ben Simmons. All right, and let's rebuild the swaps. Okay. So we're running the sim over here on FanDuel, and then we are going to swap it in no matter what, and then we're going to probably try and do it again. Let's see what we're getting exposure-wise. A little more Davis than I need. Let's go this. Let's just get a little bit different. Yeah, that's something that's a little bit better. Okay, good. I don't mind the Ben Simmons thing tonight at all. Just making sure I get guys who are actually playing, and I'm glad to see 2 Brooklyn guys in the near the top of mine at least. So we got that saved. We're going to go click this button. It's going to take us to FanDuel straight away. We're going to upload the CSV. As you guys have probably seen Sheets do this before. CSV edit. We're going to go to this. It's a little harder on FanDuel than DraftKings. It just takes an extra second or two. So that's why I'm getting this one done first. Then I'll go back to it if I can. 11-19. All right. And the 6, let's make sure the time, 4:24. Yep, that's us. Edit 38 entries. So let's just go then. Let's go see lineups and make sure we don't have any Cam Thomas. FanDuel, the extra clicks. You can make this a lot easier on us. All right. Nope, no Cam Thomas. Okay, that's good. So we got one out of the way, at least with that. Then we want to try and optimize with whatever happens. We don't even know who's starting yet for them. So we're just doing the best we can. That's all we can do. I mean, we have the same information that everybody else does. We're going to run the sim. And I'm going to guess that they're going to start signing really wild projections. Yeah, like the Jalen Wilson right there. We're going to get a bunch of it, but I think that let's go 10. We'll go Keon Johnson. We'll have 10 of that, but I don't want to have like 100. So I'm just going to do this for right now because they are trying to adjust it. It's just making it very hard. And you see the Schroeder projection through the roof. We're going to go to there. Let's go 5. Let's do that. All right. We'll have that. Am I going to be greedy and go one more? Okay. Nets are starting Schroeder, Wilson, Cam Johnson, Finney Smith, and Ben Simmons. Okay, so we got Wilson as a starter. Let's make sure we want to get a little bit more of that, even though he hasn't been always the most productive. But Keon Johnson off the bench could do something anyway. Let's rebuild the swaps, build lineups. I'm going to try and do this again on FanDuel, and they're going to have a little bit more updated. And let's just do this real quick. Let's just rebuild. Let's go over to Brooklyn first and make sure we do have the Jalen Wilson and everything over there. We want at least, let's put 10%. I just want exposure to everybody. Like I said, it's when a guy that high usage is out and we don't have enough time to wait for all the projections. I'm just going to make sure I get as much as what I want as I possibly can in there. And I really appreciate you guys tuning in for this. Please give us a like and subscribe and all that stuff. We have some incredible package offerings. We're basically offering all the SaberSim stuff with it's basically a couple, like literally like $2 more, but it gives you all Sheets' projections, all the Goldie's projections, all of my content, all of Rhodey's. There's just a lot of stuff, all of Brandon Cruz's. And we would love to have you guys aboard if you guys are able to join us. So please do. All right, we're doing this over here. Okay. Schroeder should probably be even higher than 50. 60. Probably feels about right. What are you gonna do? Just get killed at home? I don't think so. So we're gonna do that. All right, give us the sim. Come on. Now I'm getting a little nervous. We're running up against it here. Run the sim. Okay. Exposure. Johnson. I know we want to see Jalen Wilson. Yeah, okay. At least we're getting some of it. All right. And let's just make sure after the sims that nothing. Okay, there we go. So we're good. We're going to save these ones and go ahead and do this really quick. That's number 7. Upload CSV edit. My alarm's going off because my meeting's supposed to start in a minute. I'm going to get this done in time. Come on, Bobby. You got it. And we're going to go number 7. That should be 428, 427. That's good. That's right. Okay. All right. So good. I've at least got that in. And then let's just view exposure. Make sure that sometimes they've put players back in and I don't know why. That's something I'm trying to figure out, but it only happened a couple times, but it's just the worst. Okay. So good. Okay. We're going to go back to DraftKings. We built the sim already. We're running the sim. And then we're probably just going to have to see whatever it gives us and just go with it because we don't have that much time. Where are we with Jalen Wilson? Who's going to look like the best play? 3-0. Apply. Exposure. Where's Ben Simmons? 40. Okay. So this is what we're just going to have to suck it up and go with it because we don't have enough time. Save the contests. Okay. Number 4, upload CSV. 11-19. We're at the last second here. Okay, let's make sure. Live, we're going to view exposure, make sure we have no Cam Thomas. Okay, so at least we got through, and that's what we can do. That's all I had times for. Simmons over Saric Lively. It's yeah, I'm playing lots of combinations of that, but I do like Simmons. Yes, he's my favorite at the moment. I think that Saric is probably just as good a play, but that's what I've got. So anyway, so that's a sort of a real, again, it's a nerve-wracking thing when you see this happen. And hopefully it works out for the best. Look, one thing we know is that half the people playing in these lotteries are not doing all these last-minute swaps. So we're going for it. And we're going to try and do more of these live shows in general. I have to go do my meeting now. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Click a like on your way out. And we'll try and keep doing more of them. Any questions that pop up during it, look, we want to try and provide you guys the most. So anybody who's a member of our site or not, just DM me. Tell us, give me ideas of what we could do to better serve